And Cameron's back. Hi, Cameron. Welcome.
How you doing?
Just figured we'd make you feel left out since you're on a chair.
I like being over here.
So where do we leave off yesterday?
Did we end on the...
I don't know.
I know we were talking about roller coasters for a long time.
Yeah, roller coasters were a big topic.
I forget where we left off.
I don't know. No idea, but it's okay. What I did want to get into, though, is running away stories.
Wow, I saw that on the list, yeah.
So I guess I'll ask Cameron, since Cameron probably has the least exciting one. Cameron, do you have a running away story?
Not really.
No, you never ran away?
So you mean zero?
You never had any pent-up emotion and you're just like, I just gotta run away?
Well, no, I remember packing like a bag full of a couple toys and going and standing on the mailbox, and how it used to be on the other side of the road at Lower Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'd stand on the other side of the street and just look at Dad and be like,
You didn't
"Come
go
get
anywhere?
me? Gonna come get me?"
I mean, it's pretty similar to your stories.
Yeah, I would only get but I used to do it a lot. Like, I would constantly go to that corner and sit out there waiting for someone to come get me.
Just mean mug the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's gonna come get me?
Yeah.
Who's gonna come get me?
The most it's ever been is I ended up walking because, like, when we lived in that house, for like a mile and a half, like every other house was a kid I knew. So I would like slowly keep creeping up the road and look back. All right, I'll live with this kid. And keep going. Look back. All right, I'm gonna live with him.
Actually, I do remember once we got in a really bad fight at Robin's house, and I went and hid in the expedition. And Mom, I don't remember because I was like really little, but I guarantee you, Mom knew I was in the car. But she took Robin's car and started going down the driveway. To act like she was leaving me.
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I was like, "Why is she leaving?" So I jumped out of the expedition, chased her down the driveway, and I ate shit so bad though. I remember that. Gravel full.
I feel like I remember that.
Mouth full of gravel. It was gross.
Though it's a good eating gravel story. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. Me and some friends rented this house off Airbnb for 4th of July.
Is this when the bunk beds fell?
No, that was in Canada. So we rented this house, and it was the 4 of us that rented it. And we stayed there for like 4 or 5 days. And we were like, all right, each day we'll have someone new show up. So like we invited different people for different days. But the first day and night, we like went to the store, got a bunch of beer and hung out. And this was at my big working out phase, where I was like working out every day. And I was working out with a friend, and we'd go to the gym together and stuff like that. And we were all drinking by the fire, and we both like, it kind of hit us at the same time. And we're like, yo, we didn't get that grind in today. And we were like, bro, we didn't get it in. And they're like, it's okay. And we go, and we're already like 4 or 5 beers in, and we're like already riled up, and we're like, let's fucking go. Let's go for a run. Fuck it. And we're in the like deep wood, like it wasn't Pittsburgh, but it was pretty far up there. And it was just a dirt cul-de-sac.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, fuck it, let's go. Barefoot, both holding beers, and just start booking it out.
Okay.
And all of a sudden everyone's like, where are you going? And we just book it down, and we're giggling our whole way there and passing by random few houses. And like there were like 2 or 3 houses where people were like outside, like doing their gardens.
Were they actually houses, or were they like cabins?
No,
like
yeah,
you
they were
staying in?
houses. It was like Airbnb, so someone rented their house.
Okay.
And we're just going through it, and we're like laughing, like, oh my god, we look fucking crazy. Excuse me. And we just about to round the corner back, and I just out of nowhere hit like that nice rock hit your foot just right. And
Like this is when you were like pivoting?
just running, because I was barefoot.
Oh god.
The rock and it's a dirt road, so like we've already been going on rocks, but one hits you right in the right spot, and I just gave out, destroy my knee, destroy my elbow, destroy my hand, and he just keeps laughing and going. And all of a sudden he gets there, and they're like, you guys are so fucking stupid. Where's Josh? He's just giggling, and I'm like limping back, bleeding. The fuck happened to you? I was like, had to get the grind in. It was first day of this whole vacation, and I think I fell like 2-3 more times for the entire thing. But
How long did you stay there for?
like 3 or 4 days.
You're
Yeah.
not an athlete.
Yeah. Well, we ended up like tearing apart their yard too, because that friend started doing burnouts in her grass,
Oh God.
and we ended up fixing it up, but it was okay. Story for another day, I guess. But
No respect for others.
no, it was, yeah. No, we're really good at messing shit up and then fixing it. Like the bunk beds. We destroyed bunk beds on our first night in Canada of this house we rented. First night, wrecked it. Next morning, built it right back up. But we also
Well,
noticed.
Was it like a flimsy bunk bed or
Yeah,
was it?
we ended up looking and was like there were other pieces of wood that were already broken. So someone else had broken it and like bullshitted it. It like
This Mickey Mouse?
yeah. Well, not even like so. If you actually laid there, it was gonna give out no matter what. But it was crazy because like before that, I was laying under it. And we were messing around.
It couldn't
yeah.
come down on it?
Oh yeah,
Who trusted us with power tools?
it was the best. Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah.
That would have been ugly.
yeah. It was a tough time. It was a lot of fun. Canada was a lot of fun. Pre-COVID, but wow. See, I made it. I make every story about me.
Yeah, that was tough to listen to.
Yeah, but go ahead. What was your runaway story? Because that was the whole purpose. Is I want to hear your runaway story.
Mine's kind of lame, but so at the time, Rachel and I were going to school at Bow. No, Rachel was in elementary school. I was at it was the beginning of middle school for me, and I was having trouble with my grades at the time, so I would have to have my assignments like written down in like a planner before planners were a thing. And the teachers would have to sign off because before I was just being like going home, be like, no, I have no homework. I'm gonna go play.
Mm-hmm.
So my grades were getting really bad. So come, I don't know, like if you call it, when grades started coming out,
Mm-hmm.
I got my report card because back then they just gave it to you and you go home with it. So I open it up, look at it, had shitty grades, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. You know what? I'm just gonna run away. They're gonna beat me when I get home. Not that they were actually
I
going
was
to.
gonna say.
Not
Quick
that
side
they
note,
were-
we never got beat.
Not that they were actually gonna get beat, but it was just like, fucked up.
Did you ever?
And I
They
just
would,
didn't. Well, so I just was like, I'm not gonna get on the bus. I'm just gonna start walking. I don't know where, but I'm just gonna walk.
wait. Did you run away from school or before school?
No, it was like after school when you're supposed to get on the bus to go home.
See, I told this story of you like 2 weeks ago at a party, and I told it every single way different. I told your story
I thought
completely
this
different.
and the business story were the same.
No, those are totally different.
I
No,
thought
those
they
were
found out
very-
about that and then you ran away.
No, he was.
No,
like-
no.
He was a high. He was.
Businessman, business savvy.
Yeah.
You,
Here's the thing: is there was no hiding from that.
yeah.
But no. So what? So like I said, instead of getting on the bus, and in retrospect in this story, you think the chaperones would have been a little bit better. It's like, hey, why is that kid walking off into the woods?
Yeah.
Because that's literally where I went. And just like,
Went to the woods.
not like I sprinted. It was just like
You children
casually-
corned it.
just like casually walked into the woods, and literally just ended up on the back end of, if you want to call it, the campus. So it was, kind of like around the block, but I just went through the woods and just got to the end, and then decided to turn around and come back because it was the middle of the winter,
Mm-hmm.
so I was cold as fuck.
Mm.
Like walked maybe, I don't remember how long it was, but as a little kid, maybe it was like a quarter of a mile, maybe less.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm too cold for this. I'm going back. This isn't worth
Hopefully
it.
the bus is still there.
Mm.
No, the bus clearly wasn't going to be there.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how much time had passed. You'd have to ask mom or dad, but it probably couldn't have been that long. Like maybe enough time for them to realize I didn't get off the bus and call the school. And then they had got to the school. They were probably there for, I mean, like I said, you'd have to ask them about the time frame, but I don't remember. But
Yeah.
my story is pretty lame, but
No.
I scared the shit out of
Yeah.
them. I'll tell you that.
Every single aspect of this story, I told the exact opposite. I was like, he left in the getting onto the bus because he didn't want to go. You just went to the park and hung out, and then they found you that way. I told every aspect of the story. I told completely opposite because I just made it up as I went. I guess.
No, I literally just turned around because I was too cold, and I was like, I'm just gonna go back.
Mm.
And they were literally there waiting for me.
One story I tell a lot is the JCPenney story.
We already talked.
Yeah,
about
we
this.
already did that one.
Did we?
Yeah, we
Of
did.
Me picking up a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did this last time. Tough.
2 times ago.
Yeah, way to go.
Is it?
Yep.
See, that's how much I tell the stories. I can't remember who I told it to.
I mean, I actually didn't remember the story until you brought it up last time.
Yeah.
I was just like,
That
oh
was
yeah,
so
I did almost kidnap a kid. I just do a lot of stuff.
Imagine if you just had a kid now, like he was yours.
Could have. Who knows?
So close.
Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna try and do the math of like how old I could have a kid right now. If it was like the first time, you know, one of those crazy stories where it was like, I did it one time, now I have a kid. Now I have triplets. But I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math.
You probably get it wrong anyway.
There's a good chance. Yeah, I'll try and do the math later on when I'm not talking. So you are wearing your fancy pants.
No, I'm wearing my work pants.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So did you you're a cook for people that don't know. That's I guess this
A chef.
yeah, sorry.
Yes,
Well,
chef.
You could call it a little bit of both.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. You gotta be careful how you refer to those kind of careers, because all of a sudden he's like, "The fuck was that? How did you just call me?"
What is your official job title?
I mean, in the system, it's probably says something like cook 2 or cook 3 or something, or maybe cook 1. I don't know. It just says cook, and then there's a the Roman numeral behind it. In the Roman numeral, it states like it's a statement of like what your pay grade is. I think.
So, as are you a chef who's passionate about food? Because as people that grew up with you, I don't remember a time watching you cook. So to be like,
it was pretty out of the blue.
He cooks. I was like, "What's your brother do?" I was like, "He cooks." I was like, "Oh my god, you guys must have grew up in heaven." I was like, "He didn't cook." I don't know where this came from.
He just played the drums.
Well, there was
Played drums and did ice cream growing
Well,
up. I don't know.
I mean, if you remember, there really wasn't much to cook in our house.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Maybe
you
that's part of the reason why I fell into it, is because when I was growing up, it was like everything was out of a can
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Or burnt.
or burnt. That too.
But I mean, like Amy and Graham were decent cooks.
Mm.
Like decent,
but
compared to like mom and dad.
I feel
decent.
like back when I was growing up, it would only be once in a while that I would have their cooking, unless I was staying at Graham's, which when I was a lot younger I would stay there quite often. And she was a good cook, but
She was a really good baker.
yeah, she was a good baker. I know she baked
She made some good breads and stuff like that.
Yeah, but all I can really remember growing up is food out of a can or
What kids' cuisines?
yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was telling a buddy of mine the other day that I was working with that at one point in time, actually I think it's mostly you. I don't know if you got into them as much, but yep, freezer was just full of kid cuisines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember those.
Chicken nuggets and fries.
Yeah.
Those are so gross.
Yeah.
And then there'd be McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah.
But like Chef Boyardee every other night, something like that. Right?
Oh yeah, and the big cans.
Yeah. The ravioli. Dinosaur nuggets.
I remember the dinosaur
I didn't eat
nuggets.
ravioli.
Or
until I was in
the
middle
smiley
school.
fries.
So, dude, smiley fries. Do you know when I graduated high school, it was during the first quarantine, right? Like, they were just like, oh yeah, 2-week vacation, sweet, and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you're graduating. Yep, cool, thanks. Now go to the racetrack and do a lap.
Well, honestly, like we've talked about before, you got the best graduation out of all of us.
Yeah, for anyone watching, like if when you're not participating in the graduation, that's the best one to go to. I got fucked over, but.
Well, I mean, you got to realize that when you walk the stage of graduation, it's only for like half a second.
Yeah, but like I
Because you
wasn't
get-
able to
you-
listen to like the speeches that I wanted to
Okay,
listen
do you want to
to.
know? Okay, so for people that don't know, you graduated high school in 2020. Of the start of the pandemic is when it hit, and then so on. You never went back to school, and then we're trying to figure out a graduation for you guys, and
And they
maneuvered it for the Loudon, New Hampshire racetrack.
Loudon, you mean the New Hampshire Motor Speedway?
Yeah, Loudon, New Hampshire, whatever. Loudon,
New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Yeah, whatever.
Loudon, New Hampshire Speedway.
Loudon. I'm trying to give you a shout out, okay?
It's by the Beanstalk.
Yeah, Beanstalk's up this game, so careful what you say. You're gonna get a lawsuit coming. But sorry, didn't realize that was gonna be a double.
2 for 1.
So we got everyone in your graduating class got one car, and it could be. Was there a size limit? I don't
You could
remember.
get a Sprinter van, no limos.
See, that seems dumb to me. A Sprinter van, I feel like, holds more people.
But
than
it's
a
not.
limo.
It doesn't take up as much space because they had a space limit because the
track is only so big.
the track's only a mile,
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. See, to me, I would say not do limo, but we're only giving 3 people a limo, and you.
Or you
first,
could do like
first-
a lottery.
Yeah, first come, first serve. Like, if you fill out the proof that you are renting a limo, give us the proof. We'll sign off, and the first 3 that do it, you
Yeah.
get one. But
No, I think a lottery would have been better.
see, yeah, but then all of a sudden, like, if Cameron got a limo and he was like, I don't want a limo,
See, I didn't.
but
want
then
a
you
ton
should be
of
able to
people
just
going.
sell it.
That would have been smart.
But
I didn't really want a limo though. Like I just wanted like the 6 of us to
the
go.
Highlander. There you go.
The Highlander was
So-
perfect.
Okay, so back to it is what happened is you get one car, and as many people as that legally fits, you're allowed to bring. So like if how your friend had a 2-seater car and he was only allowed to bring him and a friend.
That was a different story though.
I understand, but I wasn't gonna get into their stuff.
Yeah.
He just him and his girlfriend, and no family went. Where we had an SUV at the time, so 6 of us were in a car together.
Yeah.
But again, for our aspect, we grew up in the town, going to the races, and now I got to drive on the bitch.
It wasn't even your graduation.
I understand, and I got to drive on the racetrack. To me, it was pretty good. Instead of sitting on hot bleachers, watching you sit around and walk a
Yeah, but
two-step.
I had a friend speaking. That was like a very notorious teacher speaking. Like that was his retirement.
Oh, yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to hear his retirement speech,
Yeah.
and I wanted to
Oh,
hear.
yeah, that part was not planned out because they didn't get clearance to use
No.
the speakers within
And
the
they were
track.
like, "Oh, you can listen to it through the YouTube or through the radio." Neither of it worked.
No,
Yeah, that's
no,
right.
Yeah,
like,
it was,
like one of my
wasn't
good
planned.
friends from high school was speaking, so like obviously I want to hear that. But obviously it was probably a bullshit speech, but like still.
That's something I'll never understand is like why they couldn't get clearance to just use the regular PA system. They had to bring in their own, which is it's not big enough to cover that kind of
Yeah.
space.
Hey, Loudon, New Hampshire racetrack. Give up the speakers, man.
They I don't know, but I think it was cool. But if I could have, I would have picked a regular fucking graduation.
I guess, yeah.
But if I could watch your graduation or your graduation in a car,
Through
I
a
would.
racetrack, yeah.
You're right.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think I made it a lot of fun.
I
Yeah,
mean,
considering what the hell was going on at the time.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it made it a lot more interesting having
It
to
did,
stay
yeah.
in that close quarters of a car
Mhm. Yeah,
with
but
mom and dad. Yeah.
it was pretty fun. I think it was cool, but
That was a real emotional time for me. That was well. So back to that original thing about the smiley fries and graduation. I cried when I found out I wasn't gonna have school smiley fries ever again.
what a fucking crybaby.
You can go to the supermarket and get smiley fries.
No, but they just taste different.
No, you
Like
can't.
the buffalo chicken sandwich from school.
You can't taste the beaten down sadness of a
The
lunch lady
sad
cooking
souls.
them. Yeah. Every little bit of their hatred for children goes into it, and it just feeds it. But I don't know. I don't remember where that started.
Smiley fries, dinners.
Yeah, I was talking about the food that we used to eat at home.
Alright, well,
I barely remember your graduation. I was
Virgin.
little. I was little.
I mean, it was pretty much the way that you were just talking about is, if I remember right, it was a pretty hot day.
Yeah, it was. That's only I remember 3 things. It was super hot. You had long hair, and Nana was there.
Yeah. I mean, it was basically a run-of-the-mill graduation that you dreamed of having. Like, oh, let's just have a regular old graduation. Like, I'm kind of jealous. I wish I had your kind of graduation.
Yeah, mine. But
I also, like, you have to, like, look at it, like, out of the four of us, I worked the hardest in school.
Oh, okay.
Do you disagree, Josh?
No, I coasted.
I know. I worked hard for where, like, I graduated and what I had.
Where did you graduate? Are you talking about your rank?
Yeah.
What was your rank?
I don't have my number.
So you're so proud of how hard
I
you
worked so
but you
hard.
don't know what your rank is.
Look, I'm so proud of that shit. I worked hard for that.
No,
what was
but,
your
like,
number? Oh, I don't know.
I worked hard in general. Like, I was the most successful in school compared to all of us, but, like, I worked hard. It wasn't impressive where I landed, but, like, I was proud of how I...
Sorry. Sorry you didn't get to do the lap, I guess. I took that away.
Yeah, thanks. But if you must know, I think it was around, like, 60, 70
What are you talking about?
where I landed.
Probably 60 or 70.
Dude, you were in, like, 200.
I had way more kids in my class. You didn't have like 300 kids in your class. You had
Yes,
like
we did.
70 kids in your class.
You have to remember, not all of our kids came to the graduation because it was, like, the fucking racetrack and global pandemic.
Okay, well, regardless of going to the graduation where you land in your rank, it doesn't have to do with...
Just kidding. Sorry, Cameron. Cameron graduated top of his class. He was ranked number 2.
Number two.
Number two. He was number 2.
That's not valedictorian. There's another name for that. I forget.
He was number one.
Sulatus.
Sulat?
Osama Sulatus.
I don't know.
Osama
bin Laden?
Osama Salami.
Osama Salami.
Osama Salami.
Summa cum laude.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Cum laude.
Summa cum laude?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I was probably 200 out of 201.
Yeah, I didn't try. I
But
remember.
at least I graduated.
Yeah, I did graduate. But I actually do remember the one time I ever looked at my ranking was halfway through senior year. And
They didn't give us actual rankings. They gave us a number where you are between. I was between 50 and 70.
No, you could look it up for us so you could see.
That wasn't.
And I remember we were all looking it up and people are looking. And one, like each kid, like my class, the class I was in at the time, were just like a bunch of other shitheads who like to like just mess around and coast. And it was like, oof, oof, oof. And then I looked at mine and I go, double oof. I was like, what?
You were excited?
I was like, no, I was like, wow, that is a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. And I was like, oh, jeez, all right. But, and then I was still so confident of, like, just being me. I had that severe low ranking. I don't remember if I've already said this on here, but didn't do the SATs. Didn't apply on time for colleges.
We talked about this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did you?
Well, doing the SATs doesn't apply to your high school.
No,
stuff.
but for colleges, I
absolutely.
applied to two colleges, and one was a community college, which you just get into, and the other one was like a real university, and
you got a not yet.
yeah, I got like a maybe, and I was
maybe
like
next year.
I was like, and then I like kind of did the hindsight of like the blatant disrespect I had to apply late, not do my SATs, like not even just bother to do them.
SAT isn't required for
I'm gonna do them
now, though. Back then it was.
Now they're like,
my SAT score was
do
horrendous.
you not eat glue anymore? Well, come in. I did it late, and I don't know if I did. I think I did the like essay, but I don't think I like sent it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, what do you mean I'm not in? I was blown away. But
see, I think where I got fucked up was I was so good at bullshitting, like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. Okay, and then I wouldn't get the help I needed for this, like.
Oh, I thought you were so hardworking.
I was so good at bullshitting. Oh man.
Okay.
No, I mean like when I was applying for schools, I was like, oh yeah, I know how to write this cover letter and shit, and do this and do that, and how to navigate like the computer systems to apply for schools.
Oh, so you're just a bullshit artist.
Oh, see, we're opposite. I said I would bullshit and go, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me?
No.
And then all of a sudden, it's all done.
But I mean, like in classes, I was hardworking.
I was the exact opposite.
I sat up front and center. I did.
We had the
I
same teacher prep teacher, and I remember I
Mhm.
had. Yeah, we did teacher prep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, teacher prep. Yes.
Yeah, teacher prep.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my second year, you have to get invited. You do have to do this whole interview, and she
You got
during
invited back
my
'cause you're a boy.
she loved my in like with the kids the
Your interaction.
yes with children the the preschool teacher loved me. She was like, Josh, I would love to have you back. You're awesome with kids. You know exactly what you're doing. You're very good at this. And then the classroom teacher was like,
The actual teacher.
you don't do your schoolwork. Like, you don't do it. I was like,
You're gonna come in here prepared.
yeah. She was like you know this stuff, but like you don't do the homework. You don't do the project. Like, you don't do anything. You literally walk around here barefoot half the time, not doing anything. I was like,
That
she's
sounds
like,
yeah.
yeah. She was like, you just make jokes and like piss some people off. I was so bad where our school bus, there would be like 6 of us on, and I'd bring a speaker and play Billy Joel, Yellow Brick Road, the entire way for like 2 months straight, where the bus driver said, you need to stop.
Why?
Just anarchy. Just to cause frustration with people.
That sounds like you.
I
Yeah.
got.
But she told me, it was like, you were one of the worst classroom kids I've ever had who like to do work. And then had Cameron.
You did this at Concord?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where like you have to be
Yeah, yeah,
accepted.
yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I was so good at talking where the open house thing, the
Oh,
two
yeah.
guys that were better at like the schoolwork aspect of it were terrible at bullshitting. So when like people came, she was like, hey, so can you be up front talking to people and greeting them? I was like, yeah, I got you. She was like, just pretend you do the work they do, but be you. I was like, okay.
It's so funny.
You got the personality for this, but not the
Mm.
not the workmanship.
Not the wits.
Mm. It's probably a good thing I had to be a teacher, because all of a sudden like grades would close that next day and people were like, what's my grade? I'm like, I don't know, I'm doing it tonight.
12.
Like, it ends this afternoon. I'm like, I'll get to it. I'll get to it, chill. Everyone gets an A, okay?
Everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah. No.
Even you, Scotty.
No. Scotty, you don't get a trophy, buddy. Sorry.
I got in trouble in that same class because they sent us a short bus to get from that elementary school to the high school where our
Yep.
lab school was, and there weren't enough seats on the small bus. So in the back there was 2 spaces for wheelchairs to go with no chairs, so I would just have to sit on the floor. I volunteered every day. I was like, yeah, I'll sit on the floor. And every time the driver would turn, I would roll around the back on purpose.
How many kids did you have in the class?
A lot. Because none of them stayed at that school. Did you have? Because I know she said in past years, half of the class would stay there to work in the lab.
Oh, no, you're right, I think.
But
Yeah.
so every time she would turn, I would purposely roll and be like, holy shit. And just roll around the back.
My leg!
It got to the point where the school district put the wheelchairs in and tied them to the ground, so we would have to sit in the wheelchairs instead of rolling around.
Why wouldn't they just send a regular bus?
Because
At that point,
they didn't have.
they didn't have the resources.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's...
we told the the guy who runs the whole program. We're like, hey, it's not safe. Like, we actually went there. We're like, hey, it's not safe for us to be driving this. He's like, oh yeah, I'll get you a bus. 3 months rolled by. There's no new bus, but there's wheelchairs in the bus.
You know what that speaks louder of? Is no one wanted to share a seat with Cameron. They're like, Cameron, sit on the floor.
Yeah, no, I volunteered some of the work because I thought it was hilarious. That would just be
Yeah,
rolling
see,
around the back.
that was the exact opposite. We had a big bus sometimes, and then towards the end, they were like, there's not enough of you for this whole thing. So that,
Yeah,
actually,
because that was the point. If we had a big bus, it would just be like 13, 14 of us sitting.
no, it was actually really funny.
Well, was that all the programs or just yours?
Just because
Yeah.
the teacher prep would go to the elementary school and have to bus back to
Our school,
the actual school to go back to our school.
I don't remember what the teacher prep was, but
so all
Back
the,
then,
no,
you
well-
guys were across the street.
all the schools would meet at Concord,
no,
but then
I
teacher
know.
prep would now then leave to go to another school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so we never hung out at Concord.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I think back then.
It was across
back,
the street.
No. This is something different. Back when I was doing that, then there would be a bus because they were sending kids to Winnisquam to do the horticulture agriculture program.
Yeah, that's John. Is that John Stark or is that Richmond?
It was Winnisquam at the time. I think it was Winnisquam, but so I don't know if they still do that or not. don't know if they were doing it with you guys.
No, they were.
You know what was funny though is I would bring that speaker, and before I did Billy Joel, I'd be me and like the two people I was friends with would get on the bus first, and the other group would come out. They, for whatever reason, the other group, how your class is split into two, they were always so late. Like our bus driver would be like, "I'm about to leave these fucks. Like I'm done." And one of the guys was just kind of weird and a little shy, and I hope he never sees this because then I'll feel really bad. But he like at one point tried to hit on someone in my class. So every time he would like walk up, I'd play Mr. Steal Your Girl, and it would come on, and like a few people would really laugh, and then I'd cry. I'd start laughing really hard, and then turn it off. And like him and like the few others who didn't get it would be like, "So funny." And then I would let the silence simmer for a while, and people would kind of wait for Billy Joel to come on.
And then
And then right when it would like be like, oh, maybe it did, yeah, it'd be like. Fuck! Like, I remember one day someone who was pretty quiet was just like, "I'm gonna fucking take that from you and throw it out the window!" I'm crying laughing every single time. Oh, and it would just play on repeat. Like that John Mulaney bit about, I don't remember what song it was. But, oh man, it would just drive it until I got yelled at to really stop. And I was like, okay.
You know, last Christmas I was really debating on getting you a bullhorn. I was like, that'd be funny, but you know what? I feel like it'd probably be a nuisance after 2 days.
After like 10 minutes of me having it, everyone would be very upset.
We did a gift swap in that same class during Christmas time. And my friend, so I had been talking all year. I was like, oh, we need to start a prank war in the class. Because, like, you know, there's a ton of free time in the class. And he bought me
the whole class for me.
He bought me industrial zip ties that are like this long. I started zip tying everyone's shit to desks so we were late to the bus every day.
Nuisance. Both of you. You're both nuisance.
Also, and then the year before, I had gotten a skillet, a little cookie skillet. I was running around with a little skillet. Public school.
It's kind of weird.
But, so any fun stories of being a chef? A chef?
Oh, there's plenty.
No. Everyone here's seen Dane Cook's movie Waiting. How similar?
I wouldn't call it Dane Cook's movie, but
I know. He's the first name. He's the first name I remember. Ryan Reynolds. There we go. He's more of a main character. But Dane Cook is just a guy I know is in it, so I just Dane Cook.
As far as the smack talk that gets talked about, you know, like the waiters and the cooks and stuff, that stuff's pretty much on point from my experience. But when they do the penis playing game, I've never experienced that, and I'm glad I haven't. But we do like prank each other with like, I don't know, like harmless stuff.
Like zip ties.
Like we put acid in each other's hand sanitizer.
Yeah, just like stupid stuff like say we have like a bunch of water bottles that we keep about. It'll be like spike somebody's water with like spicy like sriracha or something.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, here's your water you were looking for. Like, oh, thanks. Like, oh, wow, who did that? Wow. Oh, I don't know. It was me.
We in middle school, it was one of the last weeks of the class, and our history teacher was super chill at the time, and three of us, me and two of my friends were just like kind of sitting on desks, and it was like one of those classes where it's just like you are just in a very tight-knit group and like kind of fuck everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like in the corner like passing this water bottle back and forth to each other, and we're having like actually a pretty, I think, like serious conversation within it, and me and the friend are passing it. It's going to all three of us, unbeknownst to us, like the girl we're also passing with, she's like every time she gets it, she very lightly
starts unscrewing the top,
lightly loosens it, and we don't notice, and it goes on.
Like you guys are throwing it?
Yeah. So like we're literally maybe like a little bit farther from this, but like it's more spread out. We're just like, boom. And we just keep going. We keep going. But also like we were just both like hyper focused on the conversation, and like that hindsight afterwards, we were like, we noticed you were like laughing hard a lot, and not like piecing it together. And then finally, she tosses it, And I just kind of grab it. That was still in the middle of the conversation, just like, oh yeah, so that was the boom, and it explodes everywhere. The girl that was behind me has water fall onto her. She gets up and freaks out, and the teacher all of a sudden like rips out of the desk and comes flying over. What are you guys doing?
Is this what I'm thinking of?
I don't remember her name, but she was really cool. Like she was really. Who?
It's kind of-
I don't remember. I don't remember her name, but she was very nice. She was awesome. At the end of the hall. And she's like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, why would you do that? That's not even funny. Look at everything's a mess. And she's dying laughing and gets no blame at all. And we're like, what just happened? Like, we didn't understand how this happened. And then all of a sudden, somehow, like, the principal came up because they were like, you did it on purpose. You guys blew up the water and bullying her. We're like, what is going on? And then, like, it kind of blew over. And she's still crying, laughing. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, we didn't do anything. And she goes, oh, it was me. We're like, the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, I've been loosening that thing the entire time. No, you didn't. Like, yeah. We're like, what do you... And she started to show us. And we're like, the fuck? Why would you do that? I thought it would be really funny.
Well,
that same.
I mean, I think that's funny. That
It
girl's-
worked out. It was really funny.
That girl's a ninja, bro.
Hindsight, it was really good.
I had that same teacher my junior year, and it's so funny because the principal had to come up in the same class. So this teacher, she was pregnant at the time, and so she had to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. So we just got back from lunch.
It was her.
Yeah, and so we come to her class from lunch. So we all get there. Everyone's fucking crazy, and there's this one girl in the class who has like a fake baby for her like health class or whatever.
Yeah, I remember those.
So we walk in, and this girl is on the table, holding the baby up like Simba, standing on the table, screaming, and we're all like, what the hell? And this teacher walks out. She's like, hey, get off the table now. I'm running the bathroom. You know he's coming in for my evaluation, the principal. She goes out. She gets off the table. She sees her walk out. Gets back on the goddamn table. Starts doing it again. Through the corner comes the principal. Just stands there, and we're looking at him. We're looking at her, like, get down. And then you have to keep cutting that out. Comes back around, and you can see the color drain out of her face as the principal's standing in the doorway. This girl ends up falling off the table.
She fell?
She fell off the table.
See, if I was that teacher, I'd be like, right away, as soon as the principal leaves, like, put
She
your
was-
hands up, girl.
She was
We
so
fight.
mad because this girl and the teacher had a good relationship too. Like it was like her, like senior project
Yeah.
person.
Do you know who doesn't have a good relationship?
Who?
Stephen A. Smith
That's not real.
and Joe Rogan. Your boy, Joe Rogan.
It's not real.
How do you...
No,
I don't know. I
I don't know.
saw
I've
it.
seen a couple. They had I don't know if it was it started from an MMA fight
Mhm.
because I think Stephen A was working for that particular network at the time,
Mhm.
and there was this like kind of YouTube commentary type video that I saw where you can see Stephen A talking about whatever particular fight it was, and Joe Rogan just kind of making like funny faces like, you don't know what you're talking about. And then there was like I don't know if it was a Twitter back and forth or like a YouTube clip kind of thing.
Rogan
But-
beat the shit out of Stephen A. Smith.
You say would?
Rogan would beat the brakes off Stephen A.
Is
Smith.
that how you feel?
I mean, I don't really know what Stephen A's resume is, so I couldn't really comment on that.
Rogan would murder him.
I don't think you need to know Stephen A.'s background to know.
I mean, I don't even know how
Joe
tall.
Rogan
I don't
would
even.
murder.
I don't even know how tall, or I don't know if Stephen A's like 6'2"
I don't
or
think in that
something.
if
I don't think it
Stephen A.
matters.
Smith could be 6'5", and I'm still gonna take Rogan.
Yeah.
I don't
Rogan
even-
rolls.
I don't even know how old Stephen A is.
Stephen A. boxes, like he'll post
Yeah,
videos
have you
of him
seen him,
boxing,
like, the
and he's like,
boom.
he's in like that classic like cookout uncle wife beater, and it's just like
It's slow motion.
that's the speed.
Mm.
But I mean, so are the Island Boys. You see the Island Boys box?
Who wants to watch that?
That's a tough one. It was like they're both wearing boxing gloves, and he's just like
What don't they look
frailing,
like? Do you
and
remember
he's
the-
like about to talk to the clip. He's just like, and the brother's like uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. He goes, He goes, show him a kick, show him a kick. That's what I'm gonna do to the haters.
Do you know that Apple Jacks cereal? And there's that big cinnamon guy?
Yep.
That's what those Island Boys look like.
They cut their hair.
Did they? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I'm all in.
You follow the Island Boys?
No, I don't. It's I just saw it on like a Facebook feed or YouTube or something.
Yeah. But so you take Joe Rogan versus Steven
Rogan. I'll put $1,000 on it.
How fun would that fight be though?
Not very fun. I think it
Are
would
you
be
kidding
quick.
me?
Is it a boxing match or like
It
MMA?
doesn't matter.
I'm still taking Rogan.
Yeah, but Joe's not like a super asshole. Like in that scenario, you'd be like, okay, I get the point.
Rogan
And he
wouldn't
would-
fight him. Or yeah, he would. It's not worth Rogan's time.
That's true. For a guy who makes millions off of everything.
Even if he wanted to, I don't think he would just because he knows he would win.
Yeah.
He doesn't need that.
But he would make it really fun and entertaining. Like Stephen A would go to swing and be like, "Whoa, buddy, whoa, easy."
I don't think he would ever do it.
No, he's not. You'll
Rogan
never see
would
that
never
guy fighting.
actually fight.
Yeah, because he knows if he fights.
He has to get you after.
Yeah. Joe, I'm coming. So you step in that ring, baby. Better be ready for another game. So I'm coming. I would fuck his day up.
I don't know. I don't think I believe that.
No comment.
If you like all those tattoos he's got, don't let him in the ring with me. I'll bust all those right off of him.
It's not even funny. That's like you'd be hospitalized. He can do a
Yeah,
have you
I'd be
seen
in
him
the
do a
hospital
whole fucking
visiting
split.
him.
He can do a whole ass split.
He's gonna have to dodge me.
Have you seen him like kicking in the bag?
Yeah.
Dude, it sounds like thunder. Like
Yeah. He kicks thunder, but I bring thunder.
you're White Lightning, baby.
Yeah, that's true. My stripper name, White Lightning.
Were you there for that?
Oh no, I've heard about it many
Yeah.
times.
I haven't seen Black Thunder in a while. I don't think I'm
I
going
don't
to.
think- No.
I don't think he's coming up to Christmas.
I think he's.
Have you seen the picture I edited for Josh's birthday?
I may have refresh my memory.
It's a picture.
It's a deed.
It's of Dean. I had to find it. It's a shit. That's so funny.
If you had to fight one, like, actual sports athlete, who would you fight?
Sports athlete.
Like, you have to go 3 rounds full. Or get knocked out or knock them out. That's the only way it ends.
Who's that at the bottom?
Dean. Put Dean's face on it.
Oh, that's Dean. Oh, okay. Is that actually Nick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Nick.
He's so fucked up in that picture.
Oh, yeah, that was the night.
That was
where-
the night
yeah,
That was like my
Dad
dad was taking
feeding-
fake shots.
feeding him shots.
Oh.
That's such a Ron
Black
move.
Thunder.
Of just like, take this shot, baby. I got you too. He's like taking water. But yeah, so who would you fight? This for like a $15 million check.
If you win,
No taxes taken out. No, just in general. But you have to last now 4 rounds. And the only way it ends is if you get KO'd or you KO him.
has to be a guy.
Nope.
Okay.
But it has to be a pro athlete.
Dead or alive?
It could be the zombie, but they still got their. If you go dead, you're fighting them in their prime.
I have no idea. That's a hard one.
I was gonna say like one of the like I'm off the bat if like I want to win, I'm just like I'm not gonna be like an NBA player, NFL like or MLS like. I was like, oh, so like best chances women, but like Alex Morgan on the USA soccer team, if she's gonna kick my ass, like I'm not gonna fight.
Do you know? Do you know the sport you go at?
Tennis?
NASCAR.
No.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is who I go at.
No, that dude. That dude can probably move an engine by himself.
No, are you kidding me? What are you talking about?
No, I'm not fighting. There's no.
Mhm.
Maybe like a ping pong player.
I don't know. Those fast hands there.
Yeah.
Bowling.
I think you got to go NASCAR.
I'm not fighting. in
Yeah,
this
because they're not built in
fight. Dude,
like
all those
real
are from like the
endurance
south
wise.
though. They're all from the south.
South don't mean nothing.
What's it doing?
No. And they're not like the real South. Like they're the South of like we're driving on this dirt road all the time. Like
Yeah.
they're not doing like
Making a left turn.
yeah. Driving's hard. I totally get it, but the only thing they got is the reflexes. Like reflexes are top notch for them, but again, they don't have endurance. So once you get to that second round, if you can just like maintain,
What?
and then all of a sudden you're burying
I
Dale
know that.
How about-
Earnhardt, you're burying him right next to his paw.
How about Ricky Bobby? Can I say Ricky Bobby?
You can. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad one.
All you got to do is stick a knife in his leg.
I hope you have beautiful baby boys.
Thank
You know
baby
this
Jesus.
pain.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
I think that's one of the most quotable movies. That
Well, I was listening.
It's gotta be that,
I
actually.
watched Benchwarmers yesterday, and I didn't realize how many like things you
lines.
could reference.
Yeah, but it's not like as big as the.
Oh yeah. Makers of what? Poo.
Mm. Sun is bad.
Is that bad? Is that apple juice? No.
Yeah. It's a good one.
What do you say? You want to wrap it up?
Sure.
I think he wanted to say who he would fight.
Yeah,
I
kinda
said
wanna
Ricky
know.
Bobby.
No.
Oh, who would you fight then?
Me?
Yeah.
I said Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Oh, that was the big reveal.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt. I'm putting him right next to his paw.
I'm just gonna go McGregor. Just kill me. Put me out of my misery.
Well, all you got to do is kick his bad leg.
I don't know. Have you seen him? No.
Well, I mean, actually, I take that back because now he's got a titanium.
Well, not even
titanium
that. That
thing in
dude's
it.
yoked right now. He's.
I haven't seen anything.
I literally photo came out of him, and I said, "Oh, like that's not him." And then I went to his Instagram. I was like, "Oh, he posted this," and I kept looking. I go, "This isn't him though." And then I kept looking and looking, and then like the next week he posted something else. I go, "Oh my god, this is him." He grew a massive beard and got just fucking yoked. Cause like how he's always been like kind of not skinny. Easy, Connor. Like thinner, just like shredded look. Now he's just fucking built. So he's just gonna be like, "Go ahead, kick my leg, kick me,
Kick him off.
kick me."
Kick him in the leg.
Yeah, he's UFC guys. Different animals.
What's your advice?
I went first last time.
What's your advice?
You skipped movie. Do you have a movie you'd like to recommend?
Benchwarmers.
No, not Benchwarmers.
That's mine. Benchwarmers.
I've been watching the new Batman a few times. It's so long that I have to kind of watch
I
it.
watched it in pieces.
I have to watch it in pieces.
Mm.
I probably won't be able to do it tonight, but I'm gonna try to get a whole sitting out of it. Oh, I might have time.
Took me 2 days.
But yeah, I'd recommend that.
I just watched it in theaters and just was like
Powered
begging it to end because I was like, I think I'm gonna pee myself. It was so hard. It was awful.
So what's yours?
Huh. I'm gonna go with Toy Story. I think if you want to just have a nice wholesome time and just feel young, but feel the power of growth and friendship, that's the way to go. Toy Story.
All right.
Yeah. Cameron, do you have any? Oh, Cameron doesn't want to go first. Do you have any advice, Brandon?
Yeah, I think so. To any future parents out there, don't let your kids go to class with Josh's kids.
That's a good point, yeah. Cameron, do you have any advice?
Do you have any advice, Joshua?
This is mine, so I demand who goes, so go right ahead.
What's yours?
Go ahead.
My advice is never go first.
Alright, that's fair. Always bring a speaker with you. It's the first way to get attention anytime you want it, so.
To have loud music.
Yeah.
That was the worst in high school was the kids that walk in the hallways with speakers.
No, I didn't.
And then when they would walk past each other, it's like, bro, you're such a. But turn the speaker off. No one gives a shit what you're listening to.
That was the only
You're
time I
listening to
ever.
SoundCloud. Oh,
was the
don't
only time.
fucking stop.
That was the only time I used it.
You just took me to a whole nother level. I forgot about how angry that made me.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
you. You were that kid, weren't you?
No.
You're walking around with a Bose speaker.
Oh,
Listen to fucking Lil Uzi Vert. Asshole.
maybe.